Acts. It's Acts chapter 5, verse 31. It says, this is Acts 5 and 29. It says, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. The God of our fathers raised up Yahawah, whom he slew and hanged on a tree. It says, him hath the Most High exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. So the Most High set up Yahawah to be, just like I said, a mediator for the remissions of sins for the nation of Israel.
Excuse me. You have something with this? Yeah. Where that interface is?
What street is this?
Not like that. Like that?
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, I'm sure they got. Yeah, I almost had a monster out.
No.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy are it's to his saints. All right, so basically, when you trust in the Most High, it said you will come to understand. All right, so when you study to show yourself approved, when you study the scriptures, when you pray, when you know the name, when you're sincere, the Most High is going to show you grace, which means favor, and mercy, which means compassion. All right. So Sirach chapter 3, verse 29. It says, the heart of the prudent will understand a parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man. So it says the heart of the prudent, and the word prudent means somebody that's like exercising good judgment, right? So it says the heart, and the heart, you know that comes from, usually when the word says heart, it's talking about loud. The word loud, which means your mind, your consciousness. It says the heart of the prudent man. So like the heart of the prudent will understand a parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man. Like only people that have an attentive ear are gonna hear. They're gonna be walking by. They're gonna hear what we have to say, and they're gonna come up and try and listen to what we're saying. You know, most of our people, they're not wise. They're not listening for they feel right.
James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is your enemy with Yahawah? Enmity with Yahawah. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahawah.
Yeah, so you can't mix being in the world and being in the truth. You gotta know how to separate. can't mix being in the world and the truth. You gotta be separated. That's why it's a word, holy kodash, which means to be separated. It's Daniel chapter 12. Daniel 12 and 10. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried. So many, it's talking about, they're actually talking about few, right? The elect, they're going to be purified. Many shall be purified, meaning cleansed, meaning, all that that dross and that things that they don't need. Like we always use the analogy of metal being heated up in a furnace, right? When you heat it up, you get out all the impurities, right? So it says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. None of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. All right, and the wise referring to the elect. They're gonna understand. They're gonna understand what's the time that we're living in. They're gonna understand what they need to be doing to get themselves in order. They're not gonna be carelessly dwelling in Babylon when they're under Greece, right?
Yeah, because I'm like, do you need help? I mean,
So, this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. All right, I'll start at Sirach 1 and 11. It says, this is talking about the fear of the Lord, because this is one of the, what does it say, Proverbs, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Proverbs. Anyway, this is Sirach 1 and 11. It says, the fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing. So, the fear coming from the Hebrew word Yahawah, which means honor and respect. I'm talking about towards the Most High. So fear of the Lord is one specific thing, elementary thing that you need in order to basically come into the Most High. Because just like I was saying, the nation of Israel, they're the only people who are going to really have fear of the Most High, and are going to that's what's going to draw them in to the Bible, to hearing the truth. So it says, verse 12, the fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart and giveth joy and gladness and a long life. Yeah, because we're not joining necessarily our lives, we're joining in the fact that we know what's going to happen. Like the scriptures say, like in Sirach 2, I guess I could read that next. But it's talking about when bad things, basically, when bad things happen, take it cheerfully because we know of the promises that are in the scriptures of what's to come. So verse 13, it says, whoso feareth, it says, Sirach chapter 2, verse 13, whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last. Just like I was saying. So we know that, just say like, when we was reading Hebrews 11th chapter earlier, we know how the men of the Lord, when they had fear in him and they trusted him and they had faith, we know how they ended up. The Lord doesn't never forsake somebody that doesn't trust him or fear him. It says, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And it was created with the faithful in the womb. All right, so when men of the Lord, men of the Lord was created, basically, he gave them faith. He put that spirit in them. It's like when me and this brother was created, when he was in our mother's womb, he put the spirit of the fear of the Lord in us. So, no matter, we might have lived, our lives in lasciviousness to a certain level, but then woke up to what we were supposed to be doing. So that's why we came back. We're doing what we're doing out here right now. Not boasting or nothing like that, because like it says, it is a light thing. And I mean, we got to take that seriously, because just like how the Lord gave us a spirit, he can take it away from people. Like, you got guys that like boast about being on the highways and byways, and you shouldn't be boasting about anything. It's just like the Lord could take that away from you. He could take your spirit away from you. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, you have to be doers of the word and not hearers only. So everything that you're going out, when you have your garment off and you're professing and all this, you have to do it. You have to be an Israelite when the camera's off also. You can't be saying one thing but then doing another. So you gotta practice what you preach. You gotta be sincere. You could open up, Kyle Halal, like Yahawah, all this and all that. But then you're doing wicked ass shit, behind closed doors. All right, so this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. Did you have something else? It's cool. I don't really. So it says, matter of fact, Sirach 1 and 18. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of Yahawah, and it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him. Wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding. All right, so when you build yourself up in the scriptures, it builds up wisdom and skill. So you learn how to navigate your life better. You know what foods to eat. You know how to live your life as far as getting your job, your trade, whatever. It helps you. It helps you make wiser, smarter decisions, in your life. So it says, wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast. Yeah, so wisdom, them that hold her fast, that hold wisdom fast. It said the root of wisdom is to fear the Lord, and the branches thereof are long life. The fear of the Lord driveth away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath. All right, so the fear of the Lord, all right, me and this brother, right? The fear of the Lord, to say like we get hungry or something like that or whatever, we're not going to go, because of the fear of the Lord, we're not going to go out and go shopping and buy things.
We're just like it as much.
Right, we're not just going to go buy pork.
Yo, you think they're not seeing you trying to bark right there? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we're not gonna, have sex with our woman on the Sabbath or do things to break the Sabbath or transgress the laws that you don't have. Have to do or whatever, just because of the fear of the Lord. as far as like in this society, people look at you like if you don't have the shape of it or whatever, it's like they look at you like you're like a bum or something like that. You know what I mean? Oh, well, maybe we just didn't get around to getting shapes or something like that. You know what I mean?
But why you have this two call like that? Who this guy?
That's Cesare Borgia. That's Cesare Borgia.
Because there is something like this. I never seen man is have this two like that.
Yeah, this isn't the biblical image of Jesus. I said this isn't the biblical image of Jesus. He says this image is not biblical. So that's what it's saying. This is the correct image according to the Bible. So anyway, Well, actually, I'm glad I didn't want to catch my foot first line. What do you say? Something kind of weird. It says, Sirach 1:25, it said the parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner. So, our people, when they see somebody trying to be right or whatever, right or show fear of the Most High, that's an abomination to them. And what is an abomination? Abomination is a filthy, wicked, detestable act in the eyes of the Most High. So to our people, we're basically abominations because we're trying to do the right thing.
Can I get some juice? It's your man.
No, it's not mine. I mean, what did he say? I would keep it to your own for your price, something like stores. Yeah, it says, if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. It says, for the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight. Yeah, so it says the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction. So it's the fear of the Lord that instructs us or tells us what we're supposed to do. It's going back into the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments. So that's what I said. If you don't have fear of the Lord, you're not going to want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, distrust not the fear of the Lord when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart. So distrust not the fear of the Lord when thou art poor. So just like I was saying,
don't even try.
even though you're in a lowly state, you're not supposed to not have faith and have the fear of the Lord. Because ultimately he's going to exalt us, like the scriptures say, he that is exalted shall be abased, and he that is abased, at the bottom, shall be exalted. So in due time, we know that the Most High is going to exalt us to a proper position.
This is Deuteronomy 6:5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
It says, love the Lord with all thy soul and with all thy might. So what that's saying is basically you're supposed to love the Lord in sincerity. There's a lot of our people that don't really, love the Lord. You know what I mean? I'll tell us back.
I was going to say that that ties back into they draw near me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, and they show a form of godliness, but they not keeping no commandments. You see them walking around with the crosses on. They'll have a shaved head, shaved beard. They have a shirt that says, I love Jesus on it. Not keeping no laws. Just being a straight hypocrite.
Yeah, so it says, trust not to fear the Lord, for thou art poor, and come down unto him with a double heart. So you can't, when you come in to serve the Lord, you can't be like, oh shit, like, well, I want to serve the Lord, but then I want to still be in the world or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got guys, you got guys that, they say that they're in the truth, but you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, right? We're not, never mind, I don't know what to say that. Basically, they're doing worldly things, but they're so-called in the truth.
Going to bars, going to clubs, committing adultery, smoking weed.
Yeah, you can't be like half-assed when it comes to serving the Most High. So, this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. It said, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. All right, so meaning get ready to go through something. Get ready to catch hell. Get ready to be tried in the furnace of adversity. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So it says, cleave unto him. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Constantly endure. And that's one of the things we always talking about is enduring. Don't get weak and be like, oh shit, fuck it. Man, I might as well can't beat them, join them with me, go back into the world, whatever. And constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. So don't do no foolish, don't do anything like foolish or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So, cleave, come to him,
I feel like I should know.
and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So at the end of the day, you want to get what you seek for or whatever. You want to get your reward, which is the key. So it says, whatsoever is brought upon you, pretty much 6 minutes left. I was going to do this. It's verse 4, Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
So whatever is brought upon you from following these laws and coming out of the world, you want to take it cheerfully, because we know what's at the end of the tunnel, and that's going to be these immortal bodies that we're going to get, and having hopefully being an elect and having first dibs on the kingdom, and not being that 2/3 that's going to have to come through the fire, or one of these judgments is going to have to take part in Jacob's trouble.
It says, verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
For gold is tried in fire. So just like the gold is tried, the men is going to be tried. Just like the gold is tried. Because you can't just have something taken at face value. They gotta be tried. And the Lord, He always likes to chastise who He loves. He chastised His Son, and He chastised all His children, all His men.
Every movement was
It says, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall.
He that feareth him. He that feareth him. So you're gonna fear him.
It says, believe in him. It's like, it says, all right, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable. All right, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
Believe in him, he's gonna help you out of everything you get into. Like, I'm pretty sure this brother do the same thing, but like when I'm in a situation and I feel like I don't want to try to handle it myself, or if I need help with it, I'm gonna pray for it right then. I'm gonna pray for it right there on the spot for the Lord to give me guidance and to bring me out of the situation that I'm in. That's faith, and ultimately putting everything in the hands of Yahawah Shah. And the only way to please Yahawah is to have faith in him.
Say, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. It said, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
Because we believe in the Lord. We believe he's going to come back here, and he's going to get vengeance for us and his son, and take all these Edomites and these heathen out of power and destroy America and put Israel, the elective Israel, and all Israel back on top, above these heathens and these so-called white people, these Edomites. We trust in the Lord. We got faith that that's going to happen.
It says, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
The Lord, he already got a track record of what he's been doing for Israel. He brought us out of Syrian captivity. He brought us out of Egypt, from under the Egyptians. He brought us out of Babylonian captivity. The Lord has been for us. Every time we call on his name, the Lord has came through every time. The Lord is a man of his word. All right? He's not a man that he should lie. And he says, if you call upon his name, if you call upon his name and if you call upon his son's name and his name, he's gonna be there for you and bring you out of anything. And we have faith that that's going to happen.
It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction.
The Lord is very forgiving on Israel. He's having mercy on Israel. That's why he sent his son to give us grace, to give mercy onto Israel. Because if it wasn't for that grace, we'd be put to death on the spot for the sins that we commit. So that mercy he's going to have is that grace that he gave us through his son, Yahawah, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ.
So, Sirach chapter 2, verse 12. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and a sinner that doeth two ways. It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
If you faint, woe unto him that is faint-hearted. Like you got guys out here they don't believe in the Most High. They don't believe in Yahawah. They don't think he's going to come back. They don't think he's going to execute judgment.
It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended.
The Lord is not going to defend these unbelievers out here. These two-thirds, they're going to have to come through the fire, right? Because they don't believe in the Most High. They're not going to keep these laws. They want to stay in the world. They want to be like their father, the devil. They don't want to come back to their true father. They want to stay under their orphan father, Esau. They don't want to follow the law, so they're not going to be defended by the Lord. They're not going to have they're not going to have the hedge in the day of vengeance. The Lord is not going to protect them.
It says, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Woe unto you, there's lost patience. It's not going to endure anymore. I've been in this truth for this is what Jake's saying. I've been in this truth for 5 years. I've been in this truth for 10 years, and the Lord still ain't delivered us yet. I'm done with this. I'm out of here. The Lord ain't coming back. I'm out of here. The Lord says, woe unto them that lost. Woe unto them that lost faith. Woe unto them that lost faith. He's not going to be protecting you in that day. You're going to seek him early, but he ain't going to hear you.
It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways.
But they that fear the Lord, we're going to keep the laws. We're going to keep faith. We're going to keep coming out here week in and week out. We're going to keep making videos, feeding the flock, right? We're going to keep doing what we were ordained to do and commanded to do. We're going to keep doing that, even in the winter. Unlike these, you got some camps out here that they want to be summer camps that get cold, and they don't want to come out here no more. We're not going to be like them. We're going to keep the faith, and we're going to keep the laws as best as we can. And in the day, we got faith that in the day of the Lord, He's going to protect us. But like He says, He's not going to forsake His believers.
It says, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, you will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men, for as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
See, we out here, we're being so-called fooled for Yahawah, well, Yahweh Shah's sake out here. We're falling to his hands. We're doing what he compelled us to do for his sake. We're doing it for him and ultimately because we got faith. We're not going to do what men tell us to do. We're not going to we're not going to go we're not going to go stockpile all these guns. We're not going to go get all these food ready, get all this water stockpiled up for when the martial law comes. We're not going to go get ready for that. We're going to fall into the hands of the Lord, and we're going to do what he says. Because he says, think not of that day what we're going to eat or what we're going to drink. Just have faith, and he's going to bring us through it. All right, with that, we're going to say, call, halal, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the sincere Akim, pushing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.